Okay, this throws into jeopardy all the women and men who use artificial insemination or sperm donors all across this country. This sperm donor is being ordered, has been ordered by a judge to pay child support. The only connection he has to the child is he was a sperm donor at the behest of these two women he thought he was helping out. He just answered a Craigslist ad. That's it. To Steve Fry, courthouse writer with the Topeka Capital Journal. Steve, I can't believe this guy's been ordered to pay child support.
He is not quite at that point yet, but he has been found to be the presumptive father, is the phrase that judge used.
Well, joining me right now is William Marotta, the sperm donor, and also with me, Ben Swinnen, his lawyer. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us.
You're welcome, Nancy.
You know what? Ever since I heard about you, I flipped. I could not believe, number one, that you went to the trouble, most sperm donors would never do this, to go to the home and make sure that your actions would result in a child having a loving home. You know, in my line of business, Mr. Marotta, all I see are people abusing children, beating them, molesting them, starving them, hurting them. You were so worried about this, you go to the home, you check out the ladies, you interview them and talk to them before you agree to be the sperm donor. And then you even sign a legal document saying, I'm not responsible and I'm not going to make a claim on this child. What happened? How did everything get turned so bass-ackward, Mr. Marotta?
My understanding is where the big hitch came from was the fact that the birth mother applied for financial aid or assistance from the state of Kansas. From that point is where it all went wrong, at least for me.
And the other thing, Mr. Marotta, is apparently one of the ladies got very, very ill and had to quit work. And she applied for a financial aid from the government to help support the baby. And then everything went down the tubes right then. Mr. Marotta, do you remember the day that you answered the Craigslist ad?
I don't remember the date or the day, that kind of thing, the specific details like that. No, I don't.
What do you remember about answering the ad and going to the home and checking out the home and deciding that you would, in fact, be a sperm donor?
Basically, you covered the points. I saw an ad asking for sperm donor, piqued my interest, looked into it, emailed the women, and at a later point in time, my wife and I interviewed them as well as they interviewed us. And then a short time after that, we signed what we thought would be a document, basically a contract, that would help keep everything cleared up and straightforward and made it pretty clear as to what was going to happen and what was going to work. But apparently the courts don't even consider this as a contract. It's not even mentioned anywhere in the findings, pretty much.
Well, Mr. Swinnen, with me as a lawyer out of Topeka, Ben Swinnen, got a very good reputation. Mr. Swinnen, isn't it true that Kansas is operating under statutes that originated in 1973, most of the rest of the country dealing with, for instance, IVF, sperm donors, and all that reproductive law, has statutes that were enacted around 2002, 2003. I mean, it's my understanding, Ben, that the judge is claiming your client's agreement didn't hold water because a doctor was not involved in the artificial insemination. A doctor didn't do it. I guess he just used a hypodermic needle, a syringe, or a turkey baster, and she got pregnant. And they are using the legal loophole that a doctor was not present under the statute. And so, therefore, your client's got to pay thousands of dollars?
That's the claim of the state and the decision of the court. I still disagree with the decision of the court. I think the court overextends the interpretation of that statute.